Meghan hacked off after Archie and Lilibet fall from grace to drop new title to George's hand. Prince William and Kate's eldest son, 8, has been named the world's most popular royal child. The research by Design Bundles calculated global Google searches and Instagram hashtags for 19 royal youngsters worldwide to see who was the most influential, as he already prepared to take on his family duty in the future despite young age. George, who is third in line to the throne in Britain's monarchy, came first with 693,535 Instagram hashtags and 203,000 Google searches a month, making an overall total of 896,535. His sister Princess Charlotte, 6, is just behind with 537,592 Instagram hashtags and 148,000 searches on Google, a total of 685,592. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's youngest child Prince Louis completes the top 3. The 3-year-old comes third with 305,813 Instagram hashtags and 64,000 Google searches, making a total of 369,813. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's son Archie is the fourth most popular royal child, according to the research. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex quit royal duties last year and are now living in California with their 2 children Archie and Lili. Archie, 2, racks up 94,963 hashtags on Instagram and 24,000 searches on Google, an overall total of 118,963. In July 2021, an 8-year-old Prince George stood in the stands at Wembley Stadium with his parents, watching the European Championships. He wore a suit and striped tie almost identical to his father, Prince William. He clapped and cheered, especially when England scored a goal. At one point, he gave a warm hug to his mother, the Duchess of Cambridge. It was an adorable and public appearance. By all accounts, Prince William and Kate Middleton tried to give George, as well as his siblings, Charlotte and Louis, a normal life. George goes by the name George Cambridge while at school. George reportedly does chores around the house and makes his own bed each morning. Oftentimes, his parents do the school drop-off and pick-up. But, of course, George isn't normal. He's the heir to the British throne, although due to shrinking monarchies across Europe and the worldwide nature of the news cycle, it feels more like a global position. And quite a long one at that. George, like his father Prince William, will likely become a full-time working royal by age 35, if not earlier. To assume a position this important, prolonged, and public, one must, well, be prepared. According to royal historian Robert Lacey's book, Battle of Brothers, Prince George learned of his inherited role around the age of 7. William has not revealed to the world how and when he broke the big news to his son, Lacey wrote. But sometime around the boy's 7th birthday in the summer of 2020, it is thought that his parents went into more detail about what the little prince's life of future royal service and duty would particularly involve. Princess Leonor of Spain, the eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, is in 5th place. The research found there were 34,425 hashtags on Instagram and 29,000 Google searches, giving her a combined figure of 63,425. Meghan and Harry's daughter Lilibet Diana, who was born in June, is in 6th place. Lili sparked 10,367 Instagram hashtags and 42,000 searches on Google, a total of 52,367. Sussex fans are still waiting for the first picture of the tot to be released more than 6 months after her arrival. Peter and Autumn Phillips' daughters Savannah and Isla are 7th and 8th respectively. Savannah, 10, prompted 8,740 hashtags on Instagram and 33,000 Google searches, making an overall total of 41,740. Isla, 9, was just behind with 8,724 Instagram hashtags and some 16,000 searches on Google, giving her a score of 24,724. Zara and Mike Tyndall's second daughter Lena, 3, is 9th with an overall total of 22,293. Lena, who has older sister Mia and younger brother Lucas, had 293 Instagram hashtags and 22,000 Google searches. Princess Amalia, who recently celebrated her 18th birthday, completes the top 10. There were 9,515 hashtags on Instagram and 4,400 Google searches for the Dutch royal, with an overall total of 13,915. A spokesperson for Design Bundles said, "The huge online presence of these royal children, from young future kings and queens such as Prince George and Princess Leonor, to the children of the world's most prominent royal celebrities such as Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, shows just how fascinated the world is with every member of its royal families. These children of royalty represent the next generation, and are likely to gain more and more influence as they grow up and assume greater public responsibility in their roles. The training is already paying off for George and his siblings. George has turned into a confident little boy and loves meeting new people," a royal source recently told the Daily Mail. "They don't get nervous in public and they're already showing signs of becoming great leaders." And as Queen Elizabeth's recent health scare reminded the world, the crown will eventually pass down the line of succession, ultimately to George. Luckily, it seems like it's a role he will be ready to take on. Hug to his mother, the Duchess of Cambridge. It was an adorable, and public, appearance. By all accounts, Prince William and Kate Middleton tried to give George as well as his siblings, Charlotte and Louis, a normal life. George goes by the name George Cambridge while at school. George reportedly does chores around the house and makes his own bed each morning. Oftentimes, his parents do the school drop-off and pick-up. But, of course, George isn't normal. He's the heir to the British throne, although due to shrinking monarchies across Europe and the worldwide nature of the news cycle, it feels more like a global position. And quite a long one at that. George, like his father Prince William, will likely become a full-time working royal by age 35, if not earlier. To assume a position this important,